Well, hi everybody. Well, today we're making pumpkin pie. We're getting into Thanksgiving season. Once we hit November, I call it Thanksgiving season and operetta month. I did a lot of my operettas in November, which we'll get to them as we get to the anniversary day. We haven't hit the date yet. It'll be coming up shortly. My grandmother Elizabeth always prepared for Thanksgiving many weeks before the holiday actually came. It was her holiday. There's no doubt about it. Thanksgiving is November 25th. It's a month before Christmas. So I'm adding in. I'm going to try to do this right. I'm adding in 3/4 cup of cinnamon. I'm adding in whatever. Right. Okay. Now I'm adding in a teaspoon of cinnamon. The sugar is 3/4 cup. Sorry about that, folks. I'm adding in cinnamon. Oh, I love the smell of cinnamon. It smells so delicious. Oh. Mix this together with a whisk because we're going to go to the wet in 1 minute. Yeah, Grandma made everything from scratch, folks. You have no idea how wonderful the Thanksgiving food came out, folks. I used to help her for weeks and weeks and weeks. I would go over there and help her. I'm now adding in 2 eggs. I'll have to get a 1/2 cup. Everything is in my house. If I forget something, there's no worries. 2 eggs. Pumpkin pie, you have to actually bake. It's almost like a custard type of a pie, but not quite, but very similar. I'm adding in 2 eggs. Okay, the next thing I need to whisk with the egg is going to be my milk. Now, folks, the last time I made this, I thought it was a little bit watery, so we're going to try a cup of milk. If it's too thick or whatever, then we'll go more. I think it's too watery any more than this. I don't want to add any more milk in, and then it's too watery and then it doesn't come out good. We're going to mix this together. Yeah, I can see how watery it is already. Just with 1 cup. That's as far as we're going to go. Keep mixing. Now I'm going to go to my next step. Is going to be the pumpkin. You can use fresh. Grandma Elizabeth, the way she baked, I guarantee it was fresh. I haven't lived yet, Grandma Elizabeth baking. Okay. Next step is going to be pumpkin. Use canned pumpkin if you can. If you want to get fresh, you can get fresh, but it's not easy. Oh, folks, there's nothing better than the smell of pumpkin. Maybe next year I'll do a good pumpkin pick. We did a lot of apple picking this year, folks. Oh my gosh. Nothing better than going apple picking. Okay, now we're going to mix this together. Mix, 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 mix. It's very, very watery, folks. I can see that. There's nothing we can do about it, folks. What's going to happen is as it bakes in the oven, there we go. This is what we want. We don't want it too watery. This is the right consistency, folks. If it's too dry or whatever, then we'll add more milk in, obviously. Add whole milk in. Look how beautiful that is. Oh. All right, now we're going to add the dry. You could add cloves, but my daughter is allergic to cloves. She cannot have cloves. You can add allspice, nutmeg. You can add any kind of seasoning you want, folks. I think this is perfect consistency. This is good. This is what we want to see it be. We don't want it too watery. It's loose enough, folks. Okay, a little bit more. As much out as we can, folks. Then we're going to bake this for a good hour. Then it has to chill for 12 hours. All right. With Grandma, I used to help Grandma. I go over there on weekends in November, unless I'm doing an operetta as I got older. But as I got older, she really wasn't much into it. She was getting too old, you know. There we go. Right into the pie crust. Now this is going to bake for a good hour. Good hour. We're going to bake this, and then we have to chill it. So we'll be back later. And here we have delicious Grandma's homemade pumpkin pie. We're starting our Thanksgiving foods that we're going to be making, all kinds of wonderful baking delights that my grandmother used to make. And it's just a wonderful treat for Thanksgiving. She always had such a wonderful Thanksgiving dinner. She started off with soup, appetizers. She was a gourmet chef. She was really very good. And this is Grandma Elizabeth homemade pumpkin pie from WH Home Country Kitchen. Have a great day. Please subscribe to my wonderful YouTube channel.